It's time for all your binge-worthy pop culture news. Welcome to Up and Adam.
Hi, guys. Welcome back and happy Monday. As you guys all know, this is another night of hot, messy topics, Monday through Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern. I wanted to say thank you guys for helping make this such a huge success. You guys have been so incredible. All of your unfiltered opinions, I'm living for every minute of it. And if you guys are new here, then don't forget it is a subscribers only live. So if you want to get engaged, you want to call in, you want to chat with us, make sure you smash that subscribe button and also that like button. We have a lot of topics to go over tonight, and I'm going to start off with Porsha's spinoff because we saw the trailer today. Porsha's Family Matters is the title of her spinoff. We have all of that. So before we get started, let's go ahead and welcome Jason from Down with Jason. Hi.
Hello. Hi.
Oh, there's a lot of topics.
Yeah, and today we were talking about how there's not going to be a lot of topics because there wasn't a lot of news that came out today, and we didn't know how we were going to do this. Now, all of the sudden, I feel like there's just a ton of shit that has popped up.
It's so much, which is awesome because it makes for the live to go smoother, easier. I'm always happy when there's topics and it keeps the conversation flowing. It makes me happy.
Yes,
okay.
I can't wait.
Okay. All right. So we almost have 100 people in the room. I want to start off with this because we saw that Porsha's Family Matters. Well, it's her new spinoff. I believe it's coming November 28th, and it's going to be 6 to 9 episodes. So I can go back and read through. I'm sure it says it on Bravo. But I did want to talk about this because I am so freaking excited for this. I'm so excited that Porsha's getting a spinoff. Sorry, Kim Zolciak and the Zolciak Biermans. I'm so happy they took their spinoff away. Don't Be Tardy is gone. Porsha's Family Matters is here. And this just makes my heart warm.
Sorry. Can't get my camera going today. I'm excited to see what it's about. I'm glad it's kind of just like a short, 6 to 9 mini episode or mini series or whatever. I'm more interested now after the whole Fallon thing than I was, like, let's say before.
Right. And, if anybody on the show is deserving of a spinoff, meaning like the drama that surrounds their family, everything that's going on in their lives, I think Porsha is the front runner. And the funniest thing is, after I did my Porsha's Family Matters trailer drop video, I've received a couple, messages, DMs, and people are like, Adam, don't act like you're excited about this. You did the interview with Fallon. I'm like, what the hell does that have to do with anything?
You need to get over it. Just like, you're biased to Candace because Monique. Get over it.
Sometimes I can't, but I do my best to just try to roll with the punches.
I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about people.
I know, but I'm trying, like, sometimes, it affects you. It gets like annoying because you get all of this commentary back and forth and you're like, oh shit, here we go. But when it comes to Porsha's Family Matters, we're going to get to see a whole new side of Porsha and her family. And we get to see more of her mom, her sister, and also her relationship with Simon Gobadia. Interestingly enough, if you watch the trailer, you see Dennis McKinley has gone nowhere. He's actually talking to Porsha's sister, Porsha's family, about how he feels he will always have a relationship with Porsha being his baby's mother. Now, what kind of relationship is he talking about? Is he trying to win Porsha back, or has he fully accepted the fact that she is engaged in this moment to a married man? This is a question that, of course, I'm going to ask Janelle and also Porn with Jordan because I see both of them down in the chat. So I'm going to bring them both up. But I want to just ask you, we see this explosive blowout. Dennis is talking about the fact that Simon is kind of putting out his chest, showing I'm the man of this group. He sits at the table. He's commanding the attention. And Dennis looks like he's getting a little bit jealous. Mind you, when we saw Dennis's mom in Porsha's baby special, she was not the biggest fan of Porsha. She did kind of feel like Porsha might want to be with Dennis because he is the hot dog king of Atlanta. He makes millions and millions of dollars. But no, it's true. He makes millions.
I'm just the reference. It's funny.
Okay. Between you and Jordan smoking whatever Jordan's smoking down there, I can't. But I think it's funny because you see in this trailer where Dennis's mom is talking to him and she's like, how the hell does this woman go and get engaged to a married man? Then you see her family asking, well, wait a minute. She's known this man for literally 2 weeks and then she's engaged. We know it was a little bit longer than 2 weeks. But with that, shall we bring up some other opinions?
Absolutely. Because I don't know how I feel about this.
I'm so excited. Okay.
I'm not completely sold.
You're not swaying me. I'm excited.
You're not swaying me. Okay.
Oh, okay. But I do have to say too, you know, I'm okay with the fact if it's a 6 to 8 episode miniseries, because some of our housewives, like Housewives of Salt Lake City, could have easily have been an 8 episode miniseries, and we might have been more excited about it because now we have 7 episodes of shit, and we're still waiting to get to the Jen Shah drama. So if they have 6 to 9 episodes and it's packed full of drama, which we saw at the end, Simon and Dennis, I believe it's these two who get into a knockout drag out. If it's that exciting.
How did they get both of them to get on this show? Like, how did you get Dennis and Simon to both A-OK this? Like,
money.
Do you know what I mean?
Money.
Oh, of course. But I thought they had it. Isn't he the hot dog king of Atlanta? Doesn't Simon own a ton of businesses?
Listen, happy wife, happy baby mama, happy life, okay?
Right. But sometimes when you're a business person and you're a businessman, you kind of want to hold some kind of integrity and not show everything off on TV. Like you know what I mean? Like if you have...
Well, go ahead.
No, I was just saying if you have businesses and stuff, it's like, okay, maybe pull back from like the reality shit. Don't go like further and deeper into it over this woman, you know?
But also, you know, when I did my interview with Fallon, she did say that Simon pushed her to join the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Even though she was a friend of, he was trying to get her to join the show for years. Producers were knocking on her door for years. And finally, he talked her into doing it. And she felt like the only reason that Simon was getting with Porsha was because he wanted that sort of fame that's attached to her name. So
he wanted that spinoff.
He wanted that spinoff. All right. Well, with that, we're going to go ahead and start bringing up callers. Guys, if you haven't already, we have 200 people in the room. Go ahead, smash that like button. 7 minutes in. This is awesome. I'm going to start bringing up some names. And we're going to, because I asked you guys about like how we can make this better, we're going to keep it kind of shorter for each caller and then rotate them. And then at the end, we're just going to have a big free for all where you get to say whatever the hell you want. I mean, you get to say whatever the hell you want anyways, but you know what I mean. All right. Let's go ahead and bring up our first two. We have Janelle and Jordan who've been waiting patiently. Then we have Judgy Justice and Bad and Bougie. Hi.
Hi, baby gorgeous.
How are you?
Hello.
Wow, you
So
guys
much
bring the
energy.
I've had
what we
Porsha
need.
espresso. I don't even have that kind of energy.
Listen, we have probably been waiting to be paired with each other for a while, and I have been waiting for hours just to come on and call you guys baby gorgeous.
Oh my gosh. Well, we'll take it. Ah, wow.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
That is the funniest thing that Lisa Barlow is ever going to say in her life.
She is. Listen, we have to get straight into it. What are our thoughts about this? I'm going to start with you, Jordan, because you were in the room first, and then I'm going to go to Janelle. Jason's not totally sold on it. I am. This.
While Jordan's talking, I'm gonna be opening my wine.
Oh, okay.
How about that? That sounds great.
This is all very strategically placed.
Okay.
All of it. Every bit of this is strategically placed. Porsha is on this show because she don't want to deal with the housewives. Simon is on this show because he wants his own television show. Dennis is on this show so he can get as far away from child support as possible. And all of her family members are on this show so that they can get their own check, so that they can promote this podcast with Diane and Lauren, and so that they can boost their own little coin down to the Spotify or whoever it is they got they deal with.
iHeart, Audible. Who else?
Okay, wait a minute. Hold on, Janelle, while you're over there opening your wine, giving us the faces. Are you here for it?
Okay.
Oh, she had to stop the wine and everything.
Let me tell you something. I tweeted all of y'all. I was like, "Oh my God, what the hell is this?" I am for it, and I'm for it because it's something that is just different. Like sometimes I get tired of seeing the women just like, you know, argue with each other and whatnot. And like Porsha's family, yes, they're messy, but they're also fun because Porsha's fun. And I'm wondering like where did she get that fun personality from? And so I'm not looking forward to the baby daddy and the fiance fighting. I'm not looking forward to that. And I'm not looking forward to Porsha losing her temper once again. Hopefully she don't be chasing people down alleyways and shit. But I mean,
listen,
you know,
if Simon jumps in a fight, I hope she swing on somebody.
Who's she gonna swing on? Is she gonna swing on
I'm just saying, if my man jump in a fight, I'm swinging on somebody.
the plus size woman, that the light skinned plus size woman with the braids, was that her cousin or was that Dennis's relative?
No, I think that's her cousin.
Honey,
she had a lot
I have
to
no
say.
idea.
She did have a lot to say.
But
She
all
was.
of the-
Get that paycheck, hunty. Get that paycheck.
But I do want to ask
all
too,
of these
because
Amazons of Thoughtlandia are going off.
Ooh,
Jordan actually has a good point when you say, you know, Porsha trying to escape the Real Housewives of Atlanta, because we knew Kenya Moore, Marlo Hampton, these women were going to rip into her over her new engagement. And anyone who has a relationship that's on reality TV, you're going to be scrutinized, but it's even harder to be scrutinized by your own cast members. And that's exactly what the hell was about to happen. They were about to go in on her, read her for filth, rip her up and down. It was going to be a whole situation, but she did escape it. She escaped it with Porsha's Family Matters.
But see, here's the thing with that though. Even if, because we know that like Marlo and Kenya were going to lock 10 acrylics in on her storyline, right? But even if anything anybody else said about this story was going to look like they were coming after her, because nobody besides Shamia, Drew, and probably Tanya are going to be like, wow, this is so amazing. Everybody is going to have questions. Cynthia damn sure going to have questions. And it's just like, there's no way for her to have a positive spin on this on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. There's no way for her to do that. The only way for her to have any type of spin on this was to do Porsha's Family Matters, which is a clever title, by the way.
Wait, and I also want to say really quick about this too. You know, they keep on talking about in the trailer that Porsha will be her or his fourth wife, and they're questioning it. And why has he been married so many times? But it's one of those situations where I feel like only time will tell. So if she's able to stay with this man for a couple of years and then make a return to the Real Housewives of Atlanta, then they really can't say shit. But if it doesn't work,
I just hope that it's not a lot of these random cousins and sisters asking a bunch of questions and then them just running out of the room or like changing the subject or deflecting and we're not getting any real answers. I hope that if you're going to show them asking the questions, please show somebody giving an answer.
Okay, so you don't want it to be an Andy Cohen, Erika Girardi showdown.
I was just going to say that.
Yeah.
I don't need an Erika Jane Cliff story. I don't need a Mary Cosby short rice story. I just need, like, if you gonna answer the questions, have a sit down with everybody at one time and answer the questions straight mafia style, or in this case, straight Sunday dinner style.
Okay.
Can I say a little fun fact?
Yeah.
My grandfather was actually friends with Porsha's grandfather.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yes, they used
so you're tied to the family.
No,
so you want a Porsha cousin?
No, I ain't.
So you need to go on there. You need to get on their show.
No, I'm not. No, they used to march together during the Civil Rights Movement. And Hosea Williams whenever he was in my mom's hometown, that's where he would eat for the night at my grandparents' house. You know,
I love a good fun fact.
Small world.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Small world.
Listen, so Porsha used to babysit you. Tell me about that.
I don't
Okay, Jordan, you are messy as hell. Messy as hell. I have to bring
Listen, I'm just trying to hype up her little series because she did say this season. So it feels like, it's like I said in my recap, it feels like she may have, this is all set on benchmarks. I feel like if she hits a certain amount of viewers or a certain amount of numbers, she's going to automatically get green light to a series. I feel like this is just that test run.
Series. But this is
I know.
Because they did the same thing with Cam with Don't Be Tardy for the Wedding, because they wanted to see, and then Cam started popping out babies like M&Ms. So they're like, oh, we got a series.
Yep.
And then they're going to do the same thing with Porsha. Porsha is going to get pregnant either by the end of this year, if she's not already pregnant, or by early next year. Because she wants that spin-off. She wants that spin-off money.
I have to bring up another opinion because I'm curious.
It's a bonnet.
It's one time. Guys, don't forget to smash that like button. All right, Judgy Justice, can you help us out a little bit here? What are your thoughts?
So my thoughts is that she's gonna get green lighted because because all the shows that they do green light, it's a very small threshold you have to hit. It seems like it's like 500,000 views.
Oh, she'll get way more than that.
Translates to demos.
I'm sure she'll get that easily.
Yeah, she's definitely gonna get that. I mean, I just don't really care for the show that much. I feel like I've seen it before, so that's kind of.
Hey, as long as she can bring better ratings than Vanderpump Rules,
which is not hard.
Question, though.
This formula is not new. They did it on Braxton Family Values.
Absolutely.
They did it with every spin-off that Keisha Cole had.
God bless her.
God bless her, because her mom.
She kept it.
R.I.P. Frankie.
R.I.P. Frankie. Like so the formula is not new, and the thing is that Black people will watch your stuff. They may not like you. They may be talking shit about you behind your back, but they will watch your stuff because they're like, "Oh, we gotta keep in the family. We gotta keep."
Or in this case, directly on Twitter.
Okay, wait. I do want to ask a question really quick because I'm so curious, and before I move on to the next topic, and we will retouch on this at the end. And then Lori, I see you down there too.
About this before you move on.
Yeah, Lori, I see you down in the chat. I'll bring you up for the next topic, and then if you want to chime in on this, you can. And Bad and Bougie, I see where your device stops connecting, so once it gets connected, I'll bring you up as well. Ask your question, and then I'm going to ask you guys all a question, and then we will move on.
Just really quick. I feel like she's going to hit her benchmark to get greenlit just based on the story itself. But do you think she's going to be able to hold the audience with the content for an entire season? Or even if she does hold them for an entire season, do you think that they're going to be able to maintain that for season 2? Now, mind you, with the caveat that Kim Zolciak gave us at least 5 seasons worth of crap. 5 seasons worth of B-roll.
It's not like, like let's say like Braxton Family Values. Like there's a whole career and talent. There's, multiple sisters, families, divorces, marriages. There's so much happening. It's not just around. I don't know if it's going to be the same thing. Yeah, based around one person.
You guys are bumming me out.
Wonder, though. That's what I wonder, though. Like, is it going to be just based around Porsha and they're going to be there to comment on her storyline? Or are we going to dive into Lauren's storyline, too? Are we going to meet Diane's boyfriend that I know she's hiding up under her wig? Like, I want to know. Like, are we going to flesh out her whole family?
What Justice just said. I have always been curious about Lauren.
I want to meet her baby daddy.
One moment he was talked about, and then one moment he was gone. And I want to know, and because Lauren thirsty too, because she want to be on TV too. She gonna talk about why that relationship did not turn out well. Okay.
But here's the thing with Lauren's baby daddy, though. Like, he was only in the picture because we found out she was pregnant. It was never like he was around. Like, when she had the baby, it was like we never heard of him again.
Remember how Lauren and the baby had to move in with Porsha because
exactly.
That's what I'm saying is that got people going like, ooh, what happened? And like people on the blogs be looking for that type of stuff. So I think
why is that not in the book?
But I do.
What happened in Nene's closet? Why is that not in the book?
Because
I'm getting off track.
I put Lily, Jesus. Ooh,
Nene said no comment.
I bet you Nene refused to comment for the book, and I think also. 100%. And she probably threatened to sue because some of the things that she had said when she left were probably true, and they don't want that, and they don't want to snowball,
right?
Because Bravo right now is not the beacon of diversity, so they don't want that to snowball. Okay.
Adam, here's where you're gonna get the answers to these questions. You need to interview Mariah Huck.
Oh Lord!
Don't get me in trouble with Bravo. I still have to have a relationship and get my interviews because they filter everything that I do.
Why are you doing them anyway?
I would love an interview with her, and I would love an interview with Nene, but Nene just doesn't like me, so that's not happening. But
why is Mariah?
Why Nene don't like you?
Oh, we'll get
that was like one night. You were very drunk, Adam. You were very,
Jason. While I drink my soda water. Okay.
I remember listening to that. I was like, ooh.
Okay.
She blocked you too.
Stick around. I'm gonna drop you 3 down, and then I'm gonna bring up
one more thing I had to say was that oh yeah, Adam, you never gave us your question, but
I was going to ask you if you think anyone is deserving of a spinoff from the Real Housewives of Atlanta, if you could take it from Porsha and give it to any of the other cast members, who would you give it to? I'll actually, first name that comes to mind, I'm going to call out your name. Just give us a name, and then we'll keep going. Justice.
I would put it in the trash. No,
Oh.
none of them do.
Okay, Jordan.
Marlo.
All right, Janelle.
Candy or Marlo.
Jason.
I'm gonna have to go with Justice. I'm not in. Yeah, no, none.
I want to know about these men Zach Marlo be keeping. I want to know. I want to know. Supposedly she had messed around with Ted Turner. He's a downright billionaire. I want to know.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think honestly, if like it probably wouldn't be on Bravo, but maybe like a WeTV or some sort of other like lower series, like a little bit more of like a trashier series with Marlo, letting us know how like how you get down with it, like how to get that money.
Oh gosh. Okay.
Don't make it rain for some change. Make it jiggle for some dollars.
I'm gonna drop us down real quick, and then I'm gonna bring us back up with Bad and Bougie. Bad and Bougie, I see your camera's working. I will bring you back up as well. I think Nene and LA could have worked. Okay. All right. I'm gonna move on to the next topic, and then we're gonna hit. We have a lot of topics, so get ready for this.
Wait.
Here we go. Oh, there are some opinions, Jason. I always know that I'm gonna get a good opinion on here.
Well, I mean, we talk about just crap, so that's probably why the opinions are just everywhere.
Wow, you're really like a dark cloud in my life today. So you're like a rainy cloud in my life. But,
I've barely seen you all day. What are you talking about?
Yeah, well, this is why, rainy cloud. Okay, so I want to move on to a little bit of Vanderpump Rules news really quick. We'll keep it short and sweet. Jax Taylor, we heard a rumor as of yesterday that Jax Taylor was getting a new spinoff for their show, Jackson Brittany Take Kentucky. Well, producers came out and sources close to Bravo today just said that is an absolute lie, even though we let him say that he quit the show and we didn't fire him just like Stassi, Kristen, and a few of the other cast members. No, that's not happening. The show had such shit ratings. We are not picking them back up for this. Jax has teased a couple of times that he will be returning to TV, but in what capacity, we have no idea. And honestly, I don't think anybody gives a shit at this moment.
I don't care. And him moving to Kentucky, building a barndonium or whatever the hell they're called, like going to do that. That's not interesting. I'd rather watch Nate Berkus and Jeremiah Brent go compete on that show on HGTV or whatever. I don't want to watch these two move to Kentucky or go. It's just gross. Like, who wants to watch it anymore?
Okay, well, I do want to say one thing. Lala Kent, obviously, we know that she's in a big cheating scandal with Randall Emmett right now. Did he cheat? Did he not cheat? Is he being sued by everybody and their mother? Yes, absolutely, he is. We don't know what he did, but he seemed to have jumped on the phone with Dana Wilkie and said, no, I did not cheat. I'm not used to the Vanderpump Rules fans following me around with a camera. My question, why are you seen with these two rando girls crossing a street and going into a hotel room? Obviously, it's not just going into a hotel room. So you weren't going to a hotel room party and just happened to be walking in at the same time. You were crossing the street with them. I'm not buying anything that he's saying about any of this, but what I am buying is that Lala Kent is absolutely pissed. We saw photos come out today of her looking at a pretty kind of low rent looking apartment in Los Angeles. Now, do I think she's going to get the lowest of low? No, but Jason and I lived in LA for a long time. Bad and Bougie lives in LA. And we know that the rent can be astronomical for not the best places. The rent here is about $2,700 for a one bedroom, up to $4,000. And I'm not saying that's garbage rent, but for Lala Kent, her home that she's used to, it's definitely different. And she all of a sudden said, I would never join Cameo. Guys, I'm so surprised. I'm giving you Lala. This is exactly what's going down. So you guys can come book a personal video for me saying happy birthday or whatever for $250. Now, if you're Jordan,
you want to pay $250 to see that face pop up on your phone?
Okay, Shade. Now, if you're Jordan and you want to promote your YouTube channel, then you can pay her $5,000 to promote whatever business. Oh, Jordan's giving me the middle finger. Jordan, okay. Jordan's giving me the middle finger. But if you want your YouTube channel or if you want a product or something that you're doing promoted, she will make a quick 30-second video for $5,000. This girl is trying to pay rent.
It seems that this is an act of desperation. Like, that's what I'm getting from this. So I'm wondering what the hell is going on. There was no prenup, right?
Well, they didn't actually ever get married.
Oh my God, that's right. They're not even freaking married.
Nope. And there was going to be a prenup, but now she's probably just going to get child support if they do.
It is true then. Okay, so something had to happen. She is
She's pissed.
But Randall said that he paid for that hotel room in Beverly Hills, the Beverly Hills Hotel, for Lala and her friends, which we talked about on my channel, who those friends were. But that doesn't even make sense now.
He told Dana Wilkie that these two friends were visiting from out of town. Now, one of these friends you've seen on Vanderpump Rules before, and then the other one is a complete woohoo who has been around for a long time. Jason and I know this person. If I could choose 5 people in this world that I really probably do not ever want to be associated with, this would be one of these people, would be one of those people. I just really don't like this person. This person doesn't like me. We're mutual on it. We get it. But when it comes to this whole situation of him booking a hotel room for her to have her friends come in from out of town, that is all BS. They are not from out of town. They're currently living in her old apartment. Right.
Well, yes. And then we did talk about, that conversation that Dana Wilkie had with Randall, and that was one of the red flags for me. The other red flag coming from me from the Dana Wilkie conversation was that they were supposed to continue to record the podcasts starting last Friday. So I don't know what's going on with this. Is this just kind of like a lead up, and I don't know what's going on.
I don't
really
think so.
Because there's so many misconceptions from the phone call not even misconceptions, but there's so many misses in that phone call between Dana and Randall that don't make sense to me.
I agree, which we love Dana, but that doesn't mean that Randall is giving her the full
truth.
But
come on. Randall would play Dana. They didn't even like each other.
And she said that too. But I do want to, before we start bringing up callers, one more Vanderpump Rules former co-star. Well, she's being talked about now too, because this woman, Stassi Schroeder, who just loves herself and her birthday so much. Yep. Well, she is trying to plan a comeback because we all know her crisis PR management team by putting her on these different TV shows where she had to answer questions about her wrongful acts, where she made herself look like a damn fool and then she got fired. Well, it got her completely canceled. One thing is, though, she launched a book before she was canceled, Next Level Basic. It's a definitive basic bitch handbook, and it became a New York Times bestseller, unlike Lala Kent's book. But now we're hearing that she is launching a new book called Off With My Head, the Definitive Basic Bitch Handbook to Surviving Rock Bottom. According to the description, Stassi returns from cancellation and pregnancy with the Definitive Basic Bitch Handbook for surviving the bad days or years of your career. People are already pissed about this. I think that this is too soon. If you're going to make a comeback, even though it's been a year and a half, people do not want to hear
come back to where? So when you do a comeback, people, either are waiting for it or they want it. I don't think that's happening. A. B, where are you coming back to? Because it's not you're making a comeback to the stage or the show, Vanderpump Rules, because that's not going to happen. Where are you making a comeback to? Are you going to relaunch a podcast?
Well, she's on Patreon.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I think that's a great place.
But we talked about this. They were gearing her up for her own talk show. That was what was next for her.
I know. We discussed that a lot. Even when we were in LA, because when she was doing the whole podcast tour and everything was happening, and she was sitting down doing the interviews on stage, she was selling out everywhere. And it was a prep for that. That could have been something she could have. I used to say that could have been something she would have been good at. But then when I saw her on Tamron Hall, I was like, yeah, you don't even know how to handle yourself in an interview or take any accountability for anything. So I don't know if you in a talk show would have worked anyway.
Right. Jamie, thank you so much for the super chat. That's amazing. We don't deserve them, so I appreciate you. I went to LVP's restaurant in Las Vegas. It was packed. I didn't get paid. And also, thank you again. It was beautiful. Worth the walk. I think you meant worth the wait, but it could have been a walk too, so I'm not necessarily sure. All right. We do have a couple people in the room. I'm going to go ahead and bring up some people we haven't seen yet, and then I'm going to, of course, bring back up Janelle, Jordan, and Justice, along with Tatiana Starks and Bad and Bougie. I'm going to start off with Bad and Bougie and Tatiana first because I'm going through the line in the cycle. Hi, Bad and Bougie.
Hey, Jason. How are you guys doing?
Good.
How are you?
I'm good. I had a relaxing weekend.
All right.
Oh, that's nice.
Mine felt stressful as hell, so I'm glad somebody.
I forgot even what we
did.
In there
putting in that work, Adam. I was like, "Go, Adam, go."
Hey, thanks for that. Thanks.
Jason was like, "I'm relaxing." Y'all,
Adam. When I wake up, Adam's done like 3 videos and telling me about like the world, and I'm like, "It is 8." Okay, and that's Saturday. Like that's the day we sleep in. Otherwise, we're up at like 6 or 7 already at the gym. I'm like just trying to get
like
home.
Adam. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. See, I get anxiety.
Night owl.
Video that he said Jason is still asleep, and I was like, that's me and my husband. He's still asleep. I'm still up at 5. That's how it is.
See, yeah, I'm the same way as you, because when I wake up in the morning, the first thing I do is check headlines. I see what's going on in news. And then if I see there's 3 new topics, then I'm like, okay, jump in the bath. I take 3 baths a day. I know that sounds ridiculous, but I sit in the bath.
Oh my God.
Oh, see, we're like the same person. And then I like relax. And then as soon as I get out, I drink 4 shots of espresso and I'm like, Jason. He's like, get the hell away from me.
Leave Jason alone.
I need like a safe room where I can just like run and just have peace and quiet, put some like soundproofing around where I can like meditate and just get ready for what I'm about to experience. But it doesn't happen like that. It's like a shake on the bed or like,
your life is so hard.
On the bed. He'll put the dog on the bed. And I'm like, oh, you want to go see daddy? Here, go see daddy. And I'm like, well, I'm not going to be mean to the dog. I love my dog more than anything. Both of them, both of you.
Okay.
But
okay, hold on.
Okay, anyway.
I'm about to put you on blast because no. But I'm going to bring up Tatiana Starks with us too. And I want to ask Bad and Bougie and also Tatiana. Hi, Tatiana.
Hey, Tatiana.
Hello, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing good, thanks. Been just cleaning.
Like
that's why you can't see my face because I'm looking rough.
Laying with the hair. I love it.
All right. Yes, welcome, Tatiana. Okay, I want to ask Bad and Bougie and Tatiana 2 questions when it comes to the Vanderpump Rules franchise. 1, are we getting Stassi's next book, and are we supporting her comeback? Has it been enough time for her to learn something, or do you think that she should remain canceled? I'll start with you, Bad and Bougie.
I don't want nobody to remain canceled. I think we should give her another chance. I used to like her. I ain't gonna lie. Even through her rough times, I don't know. She just, it's like almost like a Gizelle when somebody, can fuck up so bad and still have the confidence to be like, I'm still bomb. You know what I'm saying? I like that. Like, I don't know. I wanted her to have one more chance.
And I like that
comparison cracks me up.
One thing is if she really is planning this comeback, I do like a good play on words and a title. And if she's naming this book Off With My Head, the definitive basic bitch handbook to surviving rock bottom, it's like she knows. She's like, okay, I've hit rock bottom. I've been canceled. I lost my podcast. I lost all of my brand ambassador, programs that I was involved in. I can probably barely pay my mortgage at this point because her husband isn't making a whole lot of money because he's casting for movies that at the time there were no movies even being casted. So I appreciate someone who can kind of give us a good play on words. But Tatiana, what are your thoughts on this?
How long has it been since all this happened? This all came out, last year?
It came out, so not this past May, but last May. Yeah, so it's been about 1.5 years.
That's not enough time. You haven't had enough time to reflect, to actually do the work, to actually go and, how do I put it, learn from your mistakes. I'm sorry. Just saying I'm sorry and I talked to a couple people and now I'm better does not make sense to me. She hasn't I honestly cannot say that she's put in the work. Not that I've seen her do any work, but you know what I mean. So no.
What would your timeline be what would be a proper timeline?
For me, a proper timeline would be 3-4 years. That I'm sorry. Well, I don't really like Stassi like that anyway. She's been a problem since she's been on what was it?
Vanderpump Rules?
No, the one where she was acting like herself now on the Queen Bees or something like that. On that when she was a teenager.
Oh,
I know she did Amazing Race, or not Amazing Race. Didn't she do Amazing Race too?
Oh no, but it was a
reality show is when her parents put her on her to try to get her straight because she was acting just like this.
Okay,
because
all right.
They're like, oh, my daughter's really spoiled and and they're trying to it was Queen Bees or something. It was something
yes.
That's same what it was. Channel is Degrassi.
Okay.
Anyway, so she has clearly. People have enabled her to continue to act this way. So honestly, she has never had to do the work to not be a horrible person. She has consistently shown you she can be horrible. So, I won't buy the book.
All right. Well, Bad and Bougie, you seem like you're not totally agreeing, which is the best part about doing Hot Messy Topics. We love getting everyone's unfiltered opinions. People do not have to agree on here. Bad and Bougie, why are you disagreeing with this?
I'm disagreeing because I feel like it ain't nothing like not having no income and going broke to make you change your ways, okay? I've been with an NFL athlete and I've been when you don't no longer play. So I know the lows and the highs, and ain't nothing like that but to humble you. So I think we'll see a different Stassi, maybe.
I think we'll see a more calculated
once somebody is canceled for 4 years, you're basically done. Like
that's what I was thinking too.
Huh?
I said that's what I was thinking too, because if she's gone for 4 to 5 years, then it's like you might as well wash your hands of her because we're not seeing her come back.
Yeah, if she's gone for 4 years, I'm not watching. You know what I'm saying? But I do like the title of her book, Basic Bitch. I would write something like that. That's tight.
Okay. All right.
I get what Tatiana's saying too, because I don't know why I'd want Stassi back in any capacity for
I really don't either.
I can't think of why
she's humble. But she's still gonna have her spicy self.
Being more humbled. She's gonna fake it. She has never been, honestly, like you've seen her. Even when she's forced to apologize, you can see like she's hating every single second of it. She never feels that she's wrong. She's like a classic narcissist. I don't know.
I do have a feeling you would see a more calculated Stassi, because it's hard to, unless you have completely lost the ego. As I like to say, Deepak Chopra says, edging God out. If you cannot let go of that ego, you're not going to change. You're just going to find new ways of kind of going about your ways and changing the perception that other people have. Like that, yes, calculated.
But I want to say one thing when it comes to the cast, because obviously people know who watch our channel. Jason and I have been around the Vanderpump Rules cast for a long time, and some of them can be complete asses. Jax has never been nice. Me and him, we've not really gotten along. And Lala Kent, when I first met her, she was an absolute sweetheart. And then when she came into the money and she got with Randall, her whole demeanor changed. She wasn't the same sweetheart that she was before. Maybe it was because she was too busy. She felt like she was on a different level. I don't know. But Stassi, from day one, we met up with her in New York. We went out to a nightclub with her. We, hung out with her in LA, and she was always sweet and humble. But when the cameras would come around, she would switch on like she knew what the cameras wanted. And then when they would be off, she was super sweet. So obviously she's the one who pulled this shit. She did wrong. She has to own it. At this point, she's been canceled. You can't say
I have such a different experience with some of them. Do you remember I was telling you, I think on one of our lives about Vanderpump Rules, how I would not let them into Pump. My security wouldn't let them into Pump because they were so drunk and so smashed. We had a full restaurant. It was like dinner time, and then when I came out, they started like flipping shit and like filming my security. Yeah, it's like that is not going to happen because I don't care who you are on the show. Lisa and Ken have made it very clear. If you cannot come in properly, you can't come in. That's it. It's a business. They still run a business.
No cameras around.
This is when there were no cameras around. They were acting like children. Like
this is drunk cast members.
Yes,
But they would record children. Jason saying you can't come in because you're.
No, they were recording my security, and then they would.
Send
it to Lisa, but I got her on the phone already telling her I'm not letting you in. Like that's how it happens.
And Lisa didn't want them ever making a mockery of the restaurant. So she would just be like, okay, well, Jason and the other manager, if they say no, it's a no, let's move on. And Ken was really the one too who'd be like, F it, they're not coming in. Like he was always, it's a business. It's a business. Yeah, fuck them. But all right, before we move on to the next topic and then we welcome back Judgy Justice, Jordan, and Janelle, I do want to ask you both this because I'm curious. Do you think, obviously, with the demise of this relationship, if that's in fact happening, we know that Lala Kent now is joining Cameo. She's requesting $250 for a personalized happy birthday or hey, just to give you Lala, but $5,000 to promote a business while she's currently looking for a new apartment. What do you think is going on here? I'm going to start with you, Bad and Bougie. Thoughts?
I just think she's desperate right now. She's trying to get her hustle on because this is like you said, this is LA. I saw the little apartment. It's a little suspect. And And I just feel like, she trying to get her money any way she can. Would I pay $5,000 for her to talk 30 seconds about anything regarding my business? No. So I don't know how successful that's going to be. I don't know. I just feel like, where's her agent? Shouldn't she be trying to do something else? Because I just don't feel like her 30 seconds is going to bring no business to me. She's not respected as I don't know. I don't want to be mean, but at the same time, no, girl, no. You got to get back into what you do. This ain't gonna work, sweetie.
Okay. I can't stand when people say that. Are we gonna see her on the Housewives of Beverly Hills? Why?
No.
Why would we ever? And who wants that? And
unless they're looking for another Brandy Glanville, I don't see it. But
2.0.
No, I mean, can I just say this? Lala missed the assignment. Her mom must, I don't know if maybe Badamuja, your parents have had your mom's had the conversation with you that my mom has. You always skim off the top to make sure that if you need to leave for any reason, you can go ahead and go.
That's what I do to Jason.
She missed the assignment. The second he handed her that credit card, I had to, the gas pump didn't take credit card, so I had to take cash. Take a couple $100 out. That should have been stacked. Now look at her. She's scrambling, looking for every single way she should have got money. She should have been able to have her own apartment by now.
So can I ask a question? Because I'm not as well versed on her partner and all of that.
Right.
Like I am with the Housewives. I investigate everything. But so so they were living together, right?
Right.
Were they married?
No, they're not married. They were planning on getting married in a ceremony that was supposed to be around the same time as COVID. I think it was going to happen in September. COVID hit and it stopped everything.
It never happened.
So it never happened.
See, I agree with Tatiana. Girl, you're supposed to keep your finances together by that. Why don't you have a savings? Like, what are you doing? And I feel like this little move for the little $5,000, all that, I would expect more from her. I'll just say that. I'd rather you, girl, get you a little podcast or something. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what,
Well, she has a podcast, but it's all tied to Randall. And then she has Give Them Lala Beauty. But even Jordan said last time, who, again, I see you patiently waiting, Jordan. Give me some eye rolls and whatnot. Jordan even said last time, who is paying for Give Them Lala Beauty? So
the same people who are paying for Lisa Rinna's lit crap.
Oh, okay. Watch yourself. But I do agree with Tatiana too.
Crap. That's crap. What it is.
I agree with
good stuff. You never want to use bad stuff. I promise.
Jason used to catch me. Every time I would come home, and I used to watch my mom. My mom was a career server. She worked 3 jobs when she had all of us at home, and she would just my mom is such a hard worker. And then I was serving for a long time. And when I would go to work, I would come home and say, we were working at TomTom or whatever. You make great money, but I remember one night I made $1,200 in a night. And then I came home and I put $600 in my nightstand tucked underneath. And then I put the other $600 in the drawer. And I said to Jason, I was like, yeah, I did great tonight. I made $600. And Jason comes over, lifts up my nightstand and said, what is this $600? And I was like, oh, that's so crazy. I was going to buy you a gift.
That's funny.
I was going to buy you a gift and you ruined it. So there we go.
Yes. When my check goes into the same bank account, our only bank account, then that $600 is also going into our bank account. Okay?
Yeah, I have a little, stash onto the side, but my husband knows about it, and I'm sure he has a stash. But that's just my little thing. If I want to do.
And I'm not married, but I'm not married, but I watched my mom move. She just recently got divorced. But what she did was she had the joint account. The account he knew and the account he didn't know about. When I tell you that woman was moving money, my mom's like, if anything ever happens to me, this is the account number. She handed me an envelope. She said, don't ever open it until after I'm long gone. But if we ever are in trouble, that is the account you go into.
Oh, she was prepared.
Wow.
I'm telling you, my mom's always skim off the top. It's not embezzlement. It's your own money. His money is your money and your money is your money.
And the thing is, if you're a good partner, you know what I'm saying? If push came to shove and you need to be like, okay, babe, I got you. I got this little account. Right. You got to be like, well, where the hell you get the account? Well, never mind. I got it. You know what I'm saying? So At the end of the day, it's to help the couple anyway. So what's wrong with a little secret stash? But we've seen from all these shows that a lot of these women need it. Look at Fallon. Girl, you at the skating rink with the new boo pregnant. You needed a stash account. You didn't have a stash account. You tripped. You should have had a stash account.
You know what? I always look back. I want to say this before we move on to the next topics. I always look back, and in my interview with Fallon, I found a red flag. And I love Fallon. I think she's super sweet. She's been nothing but nice to me. But, you know, in the interview, I said to her, so what's next? Are we dating? Is there another guy? Like, I know, you know, you must have somebody who you might be interested in. Is it, you know, a pro what? What are we doing? And not like saying that she needs to find a man with money. But she said to me in the interview, she said, no, I think I'm done dating rich guys. I will never date a rich guy again.
I remember
and
that.
Then I thought about it and I was like, that's such a weird thing to say. And then obviously I met Jalen that night, which I didn't think.
I know. I'm like, are you going to date a straight guy? Because I was getting all kind of vibes from Jalen.
All right. We're going to move on.
I think Jalen got a secret stash.
But I will say, I'm sorry, did I interrupt you, Tatiana?
Oh, no. I was just making a funny joke.
No, go ahead.
I was just saying, I think Jalen's going to have a secret stash.
I mean,
if he doesn't already.
Jalen, actually, though, Jalen's very popular. I believe the neighborhood is called Buckhead. And Jalen, when we went out, every single person.
So, like I said, Buckhead is like Boys Town. So,
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Jordan's saying yes. Okay. All right. I'm going to go ahead and drop you down, Bad and Bougie and Tatiana, and then I'm going to bring you back up with the rest of everyone else. I just want to move through a few other topics, and then it's going to be a free-for-all. Let's get ready for that. All right.
It's the part everyone hates. You're all talking over each other.
No, we're gonna do good because I did a poll in the chat.
I love it, so I don't care.
Well, I did a poll in my community tab and I asked people, are you loving hot messy topics? It was almost 80% of people voting yes. And then I said, if there's anything you would change, comment below. And they said, well, sometimes everybody talking over each other, it's really hard to hear. So as long as we're mindful of that, and then we just try to do like what I did with Kathy Hilton when I think she's finished with the sentence and then chime in, and then maybe we can get away with it. But we'll try. I mean, honestly, this is what it's a fun free-for-all where everybody gets to kind of kick back at the end of the night and say whatever they want. So I don't want to limit people to what they say. So, see? Oh, thank you. Love hot, messy topics. All right. I'm going to move on to the next topic. Speaking of desperate in this moment, oh my gosh. We have this woman, and I talked about this. Sonia Morgan has joined OnlyFans. I don't really know who wants to see Sonia Morgan on OnlyFans, but Sonia,
the same people who want to order a cameo from Lala. The same, I guess it's the same thing.
Are these women just hitting rock bottom?
They should all just get into like one service and do like a group subscription. You know, like how Apple bundles their stuff. Like, oh, you can have fitness and music and Apple TV. Then like you can have Lala, you can have Sonia, you can have Ramona, all the message. You can have Stassi for, you know, a discount. I just feel like that what are they doing? What is going on with these girls?
Well, after talking with David Yanti from Behind the Velvet Rope, you know, we had a conversation about the fact that they canned the reunion for Real Housewives of New York. They've never done that before, but David believes, his theory is, they probably canned it and wanted to pretend like this season didn't happen because it didn't paint the women in Bravo in the best light. A lot of the women couldn't handle some of the conversations that were a little bit more tough, and they're used to being unfiltered and saying whatever they wanted. Well, when Eboni K. Williams came into play and she started calling them all out on their shit, well, it seemed like we got a different version of these women. But I do want to say, because I talked about this, and some of you guys were saying you think this is a rumor. We found out this is not a rumor. I talked to somebody who was at the party, and Dave Quinn's book, Not All Diamonds and Rosé, had a party, and we heard that these 4 women were there from Real Housewives of New York: Sonia Morgan, Luann de Lesseps, Leah McSweeney, and Eboni K. Williams. Well, everyone but Eboni made it first. They showed up, they showed out, hugs, kisses, photos, you name it. And then Eboni shows up, and these 3 actually really did leave the party. I was wondering why they would leave the party, but then Leah McSweeney came out in an interview saying, well, even though we were deemed as the best friends on the show, Eboni and I, we were so close, which we knew was bullshit. We knew production just paired these 2 together and pretended like this was an organic, authentic relationship, which obviously it was not. She has not spoken to Eboni ever since the show stopped. They have not spoken. And she was asked, do you want to come back for next season if there is a next season? She said, yes, absolutely. I wouldn't want this past season during COVID to define my role on The Real Housewives of New York. Unfortunately, I don't think a lot of people feel the same. Jason, I think you're one of them.
The what?
That doesn't want Leah McSweeney to come back.
Not at all. No. I think they all left because they saw the new Real Housewife of New York coming in, and the 3 ex-Real Housewives in New York wanted to leave.
Okay. Well,
I don't think those 3, by the way, Ramona, Luann, and Leah, offer nothing to the show. Ramona and Luann are due for a pension and a retirement, and Leah was miscast.
Oh, you're bitter.
No, I'm not. I really, when Eboni started on the show, I was like, I'm not really sure. No one's jiving. And then when I saw all the bullshit that started to happen, I was like, I really like Eboni, and I would really like to see like Bethany, Dorinda, Eboni, maybe some new housewives. We've talked about this multiple times that really represent New York, and just kind of start over and fresh again. We don't need those 3.
And, I'm kind of sick of I hate that New York is sort of defined, like the New York Housewives, it's really made up of the Upper East Side as if that is the only area of New York, when we lived in New York, there were so many. Obviously, Midtown is amazing. Downtown's great. Upper West Side is great. Harlem.
Yeah, Midtown's amazing, but I don't want to see a housewife from Midtown. No offense. I'm sorry.
No, well, you never know. There were some great people because Midtown also is where all the Broadway shows are. So you don't know who you're going to get. What if it's an actress?
Let's get a Broadway star.
Janelle and Jordan are giving us eyes and looks.
Okay, bring them up because Janelle knows New York. So
first off,
oh gosh, hold on.
No New Yorker likes Midtown. Okay, now they may like.
I used to live on 47th between 9th and 10th.
Oh, God bless you.
Yeah,
Hell's Kitchen, maybe, because Hell's Kitchen got some nice, like where you were at, Jason. That's Hell's Kitchen, so they got some nice bars and restaurants.
Yeah, but it's just hard to live.
I knew somebody who lived in Hell's Kitchen. First off, it was a bitch to get to her apartment, and 2, I had to walk up five flights of stairs for her party. I told her, girl, if you throw another party, I'm not coming. I will send a picture and say hello. No,
you'll send a cameo. You'll send a cameo.
Pay me $250. I'll send it.
All right, real quick, Jordan, you're telling me to tag you in. Let me bring this up real quick. Coach G said, I would rather see Real Housewives of New York built around Bethany, Eboni, Heather, and women of that. I don't know what ILK means. I still don't get ilk. I don't get how Ramona. What the hell is ilk? I know what it
status.
Oh. I can pronounce ilk.
Really,
I was like, I don't know what that means, but okay.
It's
I don't
just
get how Ramona and Luann
for status
outlasted Jill. They can go. Okay, Jordan, you said tag me in. I'm going to go ahead and bring this picture back up really quick because I'm going to turn my fan on. Here we go.
I just had a couple things about the stuff before. One, I was giving Lala the finger because I would never pay her $5,000 to do anything because my subscribers don't like her. And I'm eye rolling at all of the ridiculousness that is the people who think that they are topics, right? Like these people are just hot. Like I just don't understand how these actions are justified by people. But when it comes to the whole Real Housewives of New York thing, Leah is going to go wherever the strongest alliance is. And while the network may be behind Eboni, the audience is probably behind Luann and Ramona more because they're staples. Or at least that's probably how she thinks because she's naive and she doesn't think for the long term. So she's thinking for who's going to keep her on for next season. What she needs to be doing is doing what Nene says and get with the right team and get back with Eboni because the network is behind her. So there's multiple seasons behind Eboni right now.
Can I ask you both a question? Actually, I want to ask all 3 of you because, Jason, we haven't talked about this. Why do you think that Bershan was not as much of a favorite when she came on the show with Eboni? Why did we react? Because those were the only 2 friends those were the only 2 members we got. I have never been a fan of Heather Thompson, so we really only got introduced to Eboni and Bershan. Bershan came on with a very different stance. She felt like Eboni was preachy, and she wanted to really get in with the girls, where Eboni was like, no, I want to let you know where I stand, and then if we can form some sort of friendship, then let's form a friendship. But you're not going to tell me not to talk about what my life's work is and what I do for a living. So they had two totally different stances. And when Kempire and I talked to Bershan on here, she really had, I don't want to say she didn't have an ego, but she was like, I'm getting so many messages where people are like, Bershan, you're the breakout star of Real Housewives of New York. And I wanted to know in my head. Well, I wanted to know, I was like, who is messaging you this?
Okay, nobody is.
Okay.
That's first off. Here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
I liked Eboni from the jump because I know people like Eboni who are intelligent, who know what the hell they're talking about, who think before they speak. Yes, it can be a little messy because I watched her on the Breakfast Club where she told her ex-fiance's kids, fuck them kids. She said that. And I was like, okay, she messy. I appreciate her messiness.
But a good read is always well thought out.
It was a good read. I was just like, oh, I wasn't ready for this on morning radio. Hello. But here's the thing.
She said, fuck them kids.
She said, fuck them kids on the Breakfast Club. I thought, and I had to go back on YouTube when they posted the video to make sure I heard it correctly. Yeah, she said, fuck them kids. I was like,
but okay, that's the Eboni that I know, though. Like, I know that. Like, I know Eboni before she came on the show. Like, I know Revolt Eboni. Like, I know podcast Eboni. You know what I'm saying?
And Eboni did not. I think the reason why we got the Eboni we got on the show is because she did not want these white women to to make her act out of character. They didn't want her to, because I was afraid for that. I was afraid for her on that for the reunion, where it's like, oh, because there's a lot of screaming and yelling and people like calling you out your name and you ready to jump over a table, like what we saw with Garcelle and Dorit. Like Garcelle held herself together, because if that was any other person, if that was a Real Housewife of Atlanta, it would have been done. Security would be on that set in 2 seconds. Okay,
ask Jamie.
Oh, bonjour, amen. And so I think. But here's the thing with Bershan, and this is why I never gel with Bershan. It was nothing that she did. It was nothing that was her fault. It was all on Ramona and the producers. I really do feel like she came on like she was the black friend. Like, look, guys, I have a black friend. Hey, y'all,
that is true.
I have a black friend. And I was just like, well, now, like, does she know that she's in on the joke? Does she know that she's in on the nonsense? Because if she knows she's in on it, then I can respect her more because she's aware of it. But does she know that you bringing her on as a prop? And
no.
That's why like I can't really gel with Bershan. Nothing against her as a person, more so of what the people that she is friends with put the place they put her in.
I agree with bits and pieces of that.
Let me drink my wine.
Well, hold on. I just want to say that I enjoy, just really quick, because I'm going to take a 2-second bathroom break. But I really enjoy.
That means he's going to fill his champagne. Go ahead.
And also do that. But no, but I enjoy Eboni now because she is a part of, just like New York, just like so are the rest of the women. But what I'm saying is she's still. She's on The View. She was.
She's New York now.
Yeah, she's New York right now, and I want to see that. I don't want to see like Ramona back in the socialite days of early 2000s, or like Luann like get her life together, start a cabaret, talk about when she was a countess. Like this is done.
No,
like
Tinsley.
Bring in some new blood. It would just be so nice.
And Leah has been photographed with Tinsley when they went back to Chicago, which we all know that her and Scott broke up, and she's been vacationing a little bit off and on in Palm Beach. Dana was supposed to get with Tinsley so we could go meet up with both of them in Palm Beach, and bet your ass I would give her a couple of glasses of champagne and then totally pick her brain on all of this because I want to know what she thinks. But I also don't want Tinsley back on the show. I don't want Heather on the show, and I don't want Tinsley.
Yeah, no, Heather.
No, I don't think Eboni is preachy. I think Heather is preachy. I think because she's gonna be like, no, guys, we can't do this. Like, this is wrong. Bitch, if I want to get drunk and bring home a pirate, I'm gonna bring home a motherfucking pirate. Leave me alone.
We already have Ramona for that.
Like shit. like when Ramona said take a Xanax to Aviva, I wanted to say that to Heather. Like, now listen, if there's a naked man in your room and he ain't your man, now I can understand you getting pissed off about that. But after that, I'm like, girl, shit. No, I don't want Tinsley because she will have no storyline because I don't want to hear another, oh my God, I'm still in love with Scott. Girl, Scott is not in love with you. And I don't want and then Ebony, not Ebony, but Heather bye.
Tinsley and Leah being photographed together is like Claudia and Shamari being photographed together. I don't think it doesn't make sense. But the thing about Ebony versus Shamari, I think I've given my opinion about this on here before. They just came in with two different motives and perspectives. Like Ebony came in with a specific purpose, and she came in with a background and a body of work that speaks to social justice. So that's just a natural part of her dialect. Whereas Bershan literally did come in as the black friend who wants to be seen. Like that is what she gave. That's not how she was portrayed. That's what she gave. Look at the way she showed her ass on Up and Adam's interview. Like it was all like
I didn't say that. You said that.
Yes, I did. Yes,
we'll
I
say
did.
it for you. We don't care. We'll say
it was very Perez Hilton the way it was like Adam did not give you a platform to serve an infomercial. Like we do that at the end of Hot Messy Topics where I give my 2-minute dialogue. Let me do my thing then. But your interview was to answer Adam's questions, not to promote your crap. That's what the links in the description box are for.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Hashtag link in bio.
She came in trying to be seen. She came in trying to be seen, whereas the difference is with Ebony, she came in trying to display the culture.
Right.
Whereas Bershan was trying to display her ass.
Right.
I'm going to bring up a few other callers with this really quick because of the community tab, let's try to see if we can let everybody go. But look at Janelle. She's like, give me another glass of wine. Watch this shit. I'm gonna
I agree with all things Irene.
I'm gonna go with Judgy Justice and Bad and Bougie. And then if we can keep it good, then I'm gonna add in Tatiana. And if not, then I'll just start swapping people out. But I do want to know Judgy Justice, Tatiana's, and Bad and Bougie's. You know, what do you think about New York? What do you think about Sonia joining OnlyFans? What do you think about the fact that Ebony is on the outs with the rest of the cast? What are your thoughts?
All things Irene, her super chat when she said about Sunny from The View joining Roni. We don't want that.
Yeah.
We don't want that.
But thank you for the super chat.
Well, y'all also said that y'all didn't want Leah Remini, and then 2 days later, Kempire broke the story that she might be joining Beverly Hills.
I don't think she will.
Not going to
I don't think she will.
Think so.
I'm just saying that her name is in the conversation for a reason.
Yeah, but so was Heather Locklear. So was Tori Spellings. And then we heard Vanessa Bryant. Like we've heard.
I don't want Vanessa Bryant though. That's too messy. That's very Real Housewives of Miami.
Okay.
No shade to those girls though.
All right, Bad and Bougie, what are your thoughts on this on Real Housewives of New York? I know that you don't love Vanderpump Rules as much as you love your Housewives. I see you down there. By the way, I don't know what you're eating, but you're making me hungry as hell. And I'm watching you, and they're talking, and I'm like,
I was eating hot and sour soup. It's raining in LA today. You guys know it never rains in Southern California, but it's raining today.
All right, it's raining all over the place. Okay.
I feel like Sonia with the OnlyFans is gross. I feel like, girl, what are you doing? Like, you're too old. Don't do that. Don't do that. Like that, I'm not agreeing with. Now, as far as them walking out on Ebony Williams, I feel like it's a thing like what Gizelle and Robyn has been successful at doing for the last 2 years. Like they oust out Monique. Now they're trying to ice out Wendy. Or, you know, they try to not show up to stuff or not film with the person to just ice the person out. And I think it's pathetic. And I think it's something that's not going to work. Like people are interested in Ebony for whatever reason they're interested into her. So you guys doing that just kind of exposes yourself for what you really are, because at the end of the day, that looked unprofessional and that looked kind of silly. But, you know, as far as like, Sonia and OnlyFans, her family needs to tell her do what the other girl was doing. Do
cameo
shout outs.
I want my toaster oven.
You're never getting that toaster oven, Janelle.
OnlyFans. I want my toaster oven. I like to eat.
Where was that at? Didn't that close? That big Century 21?
Yeah.
Weren't they selling it there?
I will get she by Sheree joggers before you get that toaster oven. We will get Vita tequila in Walmart.
We will get she by Sheree and a bottle of Vita tequila for Christmas. That's what I'm asking for.
Vita tequila I just want to say Walmart before you get that toaster oven.
Nikki Hilton is now a Rothschild. She would never do Real Housewives of New York. Never, ever.
Nikki Hilton would never.
And she hates the fact that her mom is even on Beverly Hills. So that's never going to happen.
But if they cast Ladies of London again, maybe we should bring Nikki.
She won't do it. She's not going to do reality TV. But Judgy Justice, you're so quiet over there. You're on mute. What are your thoughts here? Why is Eboni being ousted from the rest of the women?
I think honestly it's because they're losing control of their show. The narrative is changing and they're trying to change it back. And they know that, the executive producers want Eboni. They want more people like Eboni, what's her name? Bershan?
Oh, Bershan. When you said Braun,
I was like, call her Bradshaw. Like
you said, what's her name?
She's the breakout star of Real Housewives of New York. Judgy Justice, get to know her.
I'm not gonna get to know her. She may not be back.
Is it bruh or is it bird?
I'm tired of falling in love with people and they leave me. But yeah, that's what I think it is ultimately. They know that their time is, ticking, and they're trying to do anything, including these dumb mean girl antics, because that's what it is. No grown people playing together to be somewhere together and then leave the event prior to someone getting back.
I mean, Ramona and Luann have been around now for 14 seasons almost. It's like at this point, just like we phased out Vicky, I don't think we should do it all at the same time, but we could definitely lose Luann. Sonia, I'm over this townhouse situation. I don't need to hear more about the cabaret. Ramona
I'm over it.
Is unapologetically herself, but for some reason we praise that, and the fans praise Ramona for just being quirky as hell. But now we're in a different time where when she says silly shit like walking in to a big, beautiful house that's in an exotic location and being like, wow, look at all these servants. It's like, nope. That is not the shit that you said.
She said that.
All right, go back and try it again.
Yes.
She said in her own house, she's like, oh, you can't just find, it's hard to find good help these days. And Eboni went to Leah like, what? Like, I know the help is white, but you still don't refer to them as the help. They got names.
Mm-hmm. Right. And she can't, she always F's up a good name. It's not that hard. She's like, my name's Diane. Oh, well, okay, Heather, will you come over here? She's like, it's Diane. All right, Matilda, will you come over? It's Diane. It's like, shit.
Like they
at least call them person like Kathy Hilton does.
Yeah, or like the lady.
The lady.
Well, or just point and do shorthand.
The person.
Sarah, would you come help me, please?
But I think also, here's the thing with Roni. Like someone said in the chat about like they loved how they were walking around like 70th Street and the Upper East Side, or like they love Grand Street. Like New York City, I've lived here now. It's 2021. I have lived here now for 13 years. It is one of the most diverse cities in the world. It can be extremely segregated due to economic levels, because I used to teach in the public school system, but it is still a diverse city. There are so many dynamic women in this city that I have encountered in various circles, and for them not to be on the it was fine in 2010 having a bunch of like middle-aged white ladies who were on the Upper East Side, because the Upper East Side is an enclave, like it is a bubble. Like that is not them exaggerating. But the thing is that now we're in 2021. You can have, I think Salt Lake City is a good example. Like you can have a diverse cast where you can have white people and black people and Asian people and then and Hispanic. I don't think there's anybody Hispanic on Salt Lake.
No, but also different in Salt Lake. I love the diversity of even religions in a city that you would only think it would be Mormon.
Right. I mean, like I could take the bus uptown to Harlem. I can pass by a church, a synagogue. There's a Mormon church near me. Okay. I never see anybody go inside.
And Scientology.
Oh, is it the temple?
You never see
Are you on the Upper West Side?
I never see anybody go inside. There's a huge portrait of a white Jesus Christ in the door. And I'm so tempted to go inside.
Are you talking about on 66, like by Lincoln Center?
I'm not trying to tell people where I live, but it's near
just
me.
kidding.
It's in Harlem. It's in Harlem. But I'm
in Harlem. Oh, there's a church in
and
Harlem.
There's a huge portrait and it stares at you. And I'm like, oh, I'm doing something wrong. Because I know, listen, I'm a hoe in these streets. So I be a sinner. So I'm like, oh no. Oh, it's looking at me because I did something wrong. So, but I'm saying it's just like there's just diversity in more than just like race and religion. There's diversity in so many things in New York City, and there's just no excuse now. And I think Salt Lake City is proving that there's no excuse now why you cannot portray that on television. So I think that's what people want. They just want to see something that is. I don't think people want to see all white. I don't think people want to see all black. They just want to see diverse because that is what social circles in New York City actually are. I know for me,
100%.
That's what they are. I don't just hang out with black people. I hang out with people from all different walks of life. And I think New York City, and I know people who make money. I don't, but I know they may making money. And I think I think we need to see that on television. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay. Real quick, I'm gonna bring up one more opinion and hopefully we don't get an echo or anything, but I do want to ask Tatiana. Hi, Tatiana.
Hey.
Tatiana was coming through with those opinions about Stassi. I was in the background like, yes.
All right, Tatiana, what are your thoughts on the Real Housewives of New York cast and these women ousting Eboni K. Williams?
It's to be expected. It's just typical of high school behavior, and these women have proven that they're still children. So it's expected. Hopefully Eboni didn't take it to heart and she had herself a good old time at the party, and these women can stay bitter.
Okay.
I think that Eboni realizes that she is the demographic that the network is going for and that these women are not. And here's the thing, it has nothing to do with age. Even if we did have older women like a Garcelle, like a Crystal, we want older women of diversity. Do you get what I mean? We don't want to just see the reflections of older white women. Yeah. Right. Same example. Like, right. Very that. And Karen Huger is the one. Do you hear me? But the thing with
let's keep it
Roni
real. Giselle's older too, because she's 51 and Karen's 57.
50.
So Giselle's
she's
not
50.
acting like she's young because she's not.
No.
But go ahead, Jordan.
It's not.
Her cocoa butter is gonna start cracking real soon. Just wait until about season 9.
I want to know
what's children. It's already starting to crack up here. Her hair is getting thin. I'm
my God.
Sometimes I just want her to wear a wig. Because I can tell, like, when she has those ponytails or whatever, it looks so thin right now.
Her hair is getting worse. I keep how many times do I have to tell y'all she needs a Ladam wig? I say it every time.
When you are being checked by your daughters, you need to maybe, like, look in the mirror.
They need to just give Giselle's daughter, like they need to just split a cherry blossom between the three of them and just make Gizelle a friend.
Right?
Yeah.
Like the moment they called her a vampire, I was like, oh.
I relate.
Wait a minute, but if you look at Gizelle too, you can tell she's in her 50s. Like her neck has already dropped lower than Karen's. Like her neck is like all the way down here. Like when she turns, it's like gooseneck vibes for me. I'm like, girl, stop trying to age. Since every week they want to come up with a different, thing. Okay, well you're aging her, but Gizelle,
here's the difference though.
But Giselle's like, I thought Gizelle got her neck done after the reunion because her neck was really bad.
Everyone go see who Sonia saw.
Oh yeah, right. Sonia did the damn thing.
Go see who Margaret Joseph saw too.
First off, Margaret Josephs, Dolores Catania, and also Tamara Judge. Whoever they saw for their face
and Kim Richards. I'm not mad at Kim Richards right now.
No, Kim Richards did it too.
Entirely new face.
You know what? Let's
that is incredible.
Terry DeBro and fly him out to do Giselle's neck.
Imagine if the opening of next season is like Terry DeBro doing Kim's face. Imagine.
Or
I do want to ask really quick. I want to go around the room.
I would watch it to get Giselle's neck. I want to know how much extra skin it is.
Okay. Bad and Bougie, I'm going to start with you, and then I'm going to go back up to Janelle, drop down to Judgy Justice, Jason, Jordan, and Tatiana. And real quick, do we think Robyn will survive? Just a yes or no. Bad and Bougie.
I say, for some reason they like her there. They like a little puppy dog for Gizelle, so maybe she will. But would I like to see her there? No. But I mean, for whatever reason, the producers have thought that a puppy dog for Gizelle is the thing to do. So she probably will be back. Do I want her back? No. That's my answer.
Jason?
No.
I
don't think she'll be back. I don't want her back, and I don't think she should be back.
I agree with you. Janelle?
She will be back because of the tea that I learned earlier this year. The tea I learned through the blind gossip streets. So take it or leave it. It may be true. It may not be true.
Okay, Dumas, go ahead.
Okay, don't change my mind.
Yeah, so here's the thing. Her and Juan were fine, allegedly, were fine with their situation before season 5. They were happy just being a divorced couple who were still together. It was the producers telling Robyn, you need a storyline in order to stay on the show. And so that prompted Juan to work with Gizelle to give Robyn to propose.
Right.
And so, but they were still fine in their situation. That's why there hasn't been a rush to get married. I do think that Robyn will stay on the show because they want a wedding to end her storyline on, to like
Cynthia,
put a nice little bow on, and then be done with her then.
But she wasn't even supposed to be on this season. It wasn't until Monique said no that they put Robyn on.
Right, but I think Ron, Jesus, I think Robyn. I've had too much wine. Too much wine. I think Robyn was supposed to be a friend this season, and she probably would have taken it because the money is still good. But yeah, I think she's gonna be on next season because they want to see that wedding. Fans want to see the wedding, and then once they have that wedding, kind of like we saw with Cynthia Bailey, she'll either be offered a friend role or she'll be off the show completely.
I don't know if we have time for that though. Do we have another season for Robyn?
No.
I mean, even Escala, who I really do enjoy, who it's Robyn's friend. I think we can find a different casting situation here. I'm not interested in Robyn.
That was a made-up story. That she was never Robyn's friend.
Like Leah and Eboni.
Yeah.
I do think Escala was. I think they were acquaintances, but I don't think they were like buddy because I mean, I think it's because it's hard because you see how Robyn is with Gizelle, and so then you're going to naturally compare it to. I'm sorry, what?
Nah. I was just saying we saw no real exchange between Robyn and Escala the whole season, other than her confessional saying that that's her friend.
Right, exactly. So I think when you have that comparison and when you have that intel, you're like, are they really friends? I think Escala will subsequently take over Robyn's place after Robyn leaves. I think after season 7, Robyn will leave. And then, the wolves are going to come out for Gizelle because Gizelle be messy. I love her and her neck.
Wow.
She'd be messy.
No, they're not gonna, for whatever reason, production loves Gizelle. So just like I just heard that Gizelle had a whole breakdown at the reunion, they cut it all out because they want everyone to perceive her in a certain way. So unfortunately, her evil ass is here to stay. And I guess for TV it's good because, she brings the drama.
I like Gizelle. I honestly like Gizelle. I like watching her on TV. I like her opinions. Do I agree with every single one of them? No. But do I like the fact that she sent Ashley out to tell Wendy about her husband, this ridiculous rumor? No, I don't like that. But I do like Gizelle is good TV. She's funny. She has funny quips. And I think
how long does that last without any authenticity, though?
That's my point. Okay, so Robyn, I don't think she's great TV. Would I hang out with her? Would I think she's a cool person in real life? Of course, I think I actually do. But Gizelle, that's someone I wouldn't hang out with in real life. But she's great TV. You know what I mean?
It's that love to hate thing. It's what's kept Tiffany New York Pollard working for so many years. But the thing with Robyn is that the thing with Robyn is I loved her in the beginning because she was the person that we related to the most. The problem is Robyn hasn't done enough growing within her story arc to validate keeping her here. But it does raise a question for me, because Wendy is talking about how grateful she is that she sold out in her 3-month supply. That raises this question for me, and I want to know how y'all feel about it. Also, I have a question about the Stassi thing that I want to ask at the very end.
Okay.
But I wonder, y'all know how Robyn was saying how her embellished hats were like selling like hotcakes, right? And how they was flying out of that little corner in that warehouse she was renting, right?
Yeah.
What I want to know is, how well are those hats really doing if nobody wants Robyn on the show, versus people actually liking Then Wynn's old turn crunk aggressive behind, and her own Yee. It sounds like Yoni candles. I'm sorry, but it does. Her own Yee candles are selling out in the her whole first supply sold out in 3 days.
I need to know how much the supply was, though.
Right.
Yeah.
But here's the thing.
Yes, like, I need numbers. I need to check the books.
It's $45.
Can I say something real quick? I'm gonna tell you
I
why.
know. No.
I'm gonna say something real quick, and I'm gonna tell you why Robyn's lying.
Ooh.
When has TJ Maxx ever come to somebody and say, we want to take your stuff?
They do.
Well, Target did go to Gizelle with every He Beauty.
Not
They do.
Target. TJ Maxx.
Okay, so I'll give you an example.
They are the discount brand.
So Ramona,
TJ Maxx actually has like, it's somebody's job to find
right.
style.
Ramona used to do that. Ramona actually used that was her company. She used to go to these major companies and be like, okay, what excess material or excess product do you have? And then she would sell that excess product to companies like TJ Maxx, Marshalls, Ross, so on and so forth. So it isn't so yeah, TJ Maxx may be actually asking her like, hey, can we put your product in our store? But they're not
kind of the way that City Trends did a whole line with Pretty V. Like she has like clothes, electronics, makeup, and all type of stuff with City Trends of all people.
But people
like,
also, what people forget about is that when a major retailer like TJ Maxx, Marshalls comes to you, they're also asking you to come at it at a discounted price. So how much is he actually selling it for? Is she selling it for full price that we see on her website, or is it going to be like 50% off? So that's also.
But she hasn't even done the deal with TJ Maxx. She didn't call them back, so it doesn't even matter what the price point would have been anyway.
It's expensive as hell. Any kind of shelf promotion, like if it costs a lot of money to put things on a shelf, that 100%. That price is ridiculous, because I had a product that I brought to CVS, and Jason and I went from LA to Arizona. We sat down with the whole, everyone from CVS. We talked about price per unit, where we could get, and we couldn't get to the same price for the product because they wanted the product for pennies, because they were showing us a chart on how much it actually cost them for the amount of time that they would want to promote the product. So they're like, no, unless you can give us this for like 40 cents per unit, which I was trying to get $1.25 per unit. They're like, F no, it's not happening. Like, we can't even continue the conversation. So that shelf, like being on a shelf, that costs a lot of money.
Yes, it does.
But
all I want to say,
valuable like space.
At least with the TJ Maxx here in Colorado, they're blended in with everything else. So it wouldn't be a display. There's no display in TJ Maxx.
There's no. That's correct. Yeah,
correct.
Yeah,
but they're taking up like valuable space on their wall because I used to be a lead cashier at like CVS like years ago. So like there's always stuff coming in to see the Ross.
So the real question,
and all of them, always stuff coming in every day.
On what store it's in. So like if you go to the TJ Maxx on the Upper West Side off of 99th and Columbus, like they will have high-end like luxury products on display. If you go to the TJ Maxx on 125th and 5th, it's gonna be a different story. Okay, it all depends.
I'm on the nice side of town here.
So it
like
depends.
It depends on your state.
Because like when I go because I'm originally from Florida, so like if I go to the TJ Maxx where I am from in Florida, like different things are going to be on display there.
So I have a quick TJ Maxx story. By the way, the only time I'm buying an Oni candle one wick, or a La Dame candle is for $7.99 at TJ Maxx. But like here, I wouldn't even like.
Jason, do you know that candle costs $50? I looked it up. $50.
Yes, and the diffusers are even more, aren't they?
No, they're the same price. It's all the same, $50.
No, but I so like here I'd go buy candles or like some home things or whatever. But then when I was at home in DC and we were early for something. My brother and I were early to meet our family in Georgetown, and we just like stumbled into TJ Maxx, and I was like, "Oh, this is kind of cute. Oh, this is nice." I spent $300. Like the TJ Maxxes are so different based on where you are. Like you said, like Florida is very different than probably like different areas of town.
Why the hell
like
did
New
you
York.
spend $300 at TJ Maxx?
It's easy, trust me. Me and my mama
It
know.
really is easy.
Yeah,
It's easy. It's
Let me.
But you have like tons of
How much
bags.
money did we spend last time we were in TJ Maxx? Me and my mama could go through a whole receipt of how much we spent. Trust me. And when it comes around the holiday season, let me tell you, my mama goes like, "Okay, what should we get my aunts?" I said, "You already know. Get that gift card."
So I guess the real question when it comes to Robyn and is she gonna stay next season is how much is Bravo making from embellished hats? Because
30%.
there was a
30% of.
But 30% of what though?
I'm gonna look it up. You talk.
Listen,
I'm gonna look it up.
I have never seen Shannon's meals anywhere else but QVC or HSN or wherever it is she tracked her behind to go and mess up on TV.
But those are big outlets that sell out in seconds.
You know who's doing really well?
She
with
also
these
doesn't
ladies
have a storyline. That's why I'm bringing up her, because I don't like watching Shannon anymore on this show. People seem to like her. I don't like her. Like, she gives me very Robyn. It's like, girl, we've seen every trick you got and there hasn't been many. So let's move on. Let's move you and your kids on.
Robyn needs to go. And unless they're going to bring out Juan's supposed person.
Look,
I
the only way I want to see Robyn.
Women's.
The only way that I want to see Robyn stay on this show is if
one particular, from what I hear.
The only way that I want to see Robyn stay on this show is if Juan sleeps with Michael Darby. Period.
All right. Well, I want to go ahead and go around the room really quick because we're at 7:30 and tonight is the Below Deck premiere. Jason and I, because I got a special link and it's coming on at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tonight. But Jason and I have a link to watch it at 8 p.m. So we're going to go check it out. And then it starts.
Let me tell you something really quick. Let me tell you something really quick.
The people in your chat, they shady. They talking about how Juan's person is Michael Darby. Y'all need to stop. Y'all need to stop.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I said.
Like sometimes them two, they get me. They get me
y'all
thinking.
Need to cut it out. Y'all. Wow.
Has me singing that song.
That's why Michael looked hurt when he found out that he was going to propose to Robyn. He was like, "No, he's not going to do it." He was
like I said.
Yeah, he was confident, like he was his main chick.
Michael Darby, he's something else. Michael Darby is something else. I can't.
I honestly, I just don't really like how. I agree with Jordan about how Robyn's storyline hasn't changed, and it's just like you haven't gotten together with your man, even though you got engaged. Because earlier it didn't look like he was living there with you, because he looked like he was coming back to the house to wake you up. Like he just left from his house.
That's true. That's true. I asked about that because he was fully dressed with a sweatsuit and everything, and it's like, "Come wake up!" Like he just got there. I was like,
we're supposed to assume that he probably just came from working out or something. We all know that he came from his apartment, but
no, we're gonna leave that alone.
Right.
Oh my!
We're gonna wait till the third part of the reunion, and we're gonna.
It was just somebody else.
That's what Nikki got in their ass about. No, I'm just playing.
But I did hear that Nikki got into Gizelle's butt about Jamal. Like, sis,
Karen said on Travis Live that she thoroughly enjoyed Nikki getting into Gizelle's ass. Like she went there. So
I'm happy for it, and you know they ain't gonna cut it because you know that's a part of Nikki's 3 questions. So.
Right. But Jason, what were you about to say before we cut?
No, I was just I'm so excited for Below Deck, not only because I have a show tomorrow night that I'm recapping it on, but I love the original Below Deck, and I'm so happy that like every season is a cast change and we have different situations and different, you know, I love it. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to seeing also like no Housewives. And I know it's produced, but a little less produced than like, let's say Salt Lake City. You know,
Okay.
I'm excited.
All right. Well, with that, I'm going to go around the room really quick. And before I go around the room, Jordan, you have 60 seconds to get out your Stassi sitch.
The only thing that I wanted to ask, and it's not even specifically about Stassi, it's just I hear the reactions that people were giving about them not wanting her to have a comeback, and I kind of agree with Bad and Bougie because of this question that I want to ask you guys. If not her, then who? Who are we going to give that redemption arc to? Who are we going to actually use to initiate redemption culture into the mainstream? Like, who is it going to be if it's not going to be Stassi, the one who is at the main demographic of the target people who we need to be talking to? Stassi is this audience's person. Do you know what I'm saying? Like the people who need to know what redemption culture is, Stassi is their girl. So I feel like if not her, who's going to be the redemption? Because we have this reaction to everybody who has a racist outburst or who gets fired for racism. Like, it's not going to be
Crazy Kristen.
Her, Leanne Locken, or Brandy, or who was the girl from Dallas that was racist?
Do you think there should be a redemption period?
Yes, because I don't understand. Like, for me, how are you going to teach children the need for consequences if there's nothing after the consequences? Like, if you just get your ass whooped and then you just grounded forever and there's nothing after that, then what has the child learned? Like, there has to be some type of term for the child to redeem themselves. Do you know what I'm saying?
Can I say really quick, since you said that? I know this is off topic. Jason and I were in Costco the other day, and there was this woman.
We're trying to get America to redeem themselves right now.
Well, there was this woman. I know this is off topic, but Jason and I were walking past. We're trying to get our stuff, and we saw this woman with this like maybe 1.5-year-old, maybe 2 years old in the front of the cart. And the poor baby, it was a little boy, sneezed. And she grabbed his hand, slapped it so hard you could have heard it from the other side of the store. And she said, "What the did I tell you about sneezing?" And then slapped it again and slapped it again. And then the kid started crying. And I looked at Jason and I was like, that is horrible.
Bad parenting. So that is child abuse.
That's straight up abuse.
Wait. So she was telling him he couldn't sneeze, or was she like, cover your mouth? Like,
no, she didn't say cover your mouth.
I think people are so worried about
he can't sneeze.
Even I am like worried if I like cough or sneeze anywhere, I like look around. I'm like hoping people didn't hear me because I just assume everyone thinks I have COVID, even though I've had COVID and a vaccination and all kinds of other stuff. You know what I mean? But I feel like I don't know. It wasn't a reaction. But what was the point of that?
I don't care if
because it bothered me and I thought about it.
If the baby didn't cover his mouth, whatever the situation, it does not deserve no smack on the hand.
Yeah, and it wasn't just one. It was like.
But the key word is baby.
Yeah,
it's a baby.
Young child. And the thing, like I working in the public school system, I have witnessed parents cussing out their children just because. It's not the child. It's just because the child was there. So I think I'm all for redemption culture. I think there are certain situations where cancel culture is effective. Harvey Weinstein.
Agreed, 100%.
R. Kelly times 20.
Okay.
Les Moonves.
Right, and so it's like when cancel culture actually
Dan
works,
Schneider.
No longer R. Kelly though. He's Robert.
But I here's the thing with Stassi. I used to follow Stassi until I found out she called the cops on Faith. And I followed Stassi because I thought she was interesting on the show. Am I here for her redemption? If she has learned something, then yes.
Okay.
If she has learned the error of her ways, then yes, I am all for her redemption. Because what she did to Faith, whether you like Faith or not, was wrong. Because if, in my opinion, it was like kind of like fill in the blank. Like if it wasn't Faith, then what other Black person would it have been? So,
and if it's not just thinking about it, not just Faith. You honestly think Faith is the only Black person she's been horrible to?
Oh no, I don't. No, I think Faith is the one that got the attention. But when Stassi, the moment Stassi said that she was from New Orleans, That put my antennas up because I was just like, hold up.
Yeah.
Because I'm a woman from the South too, and I know how Southern white people can be. There are some nice ones, and there are some not so nice ones. So I'm like, where do you fall? So if Stassi has truly learned from the error of her ways, then yes, it's fine. Do I want to see Jax on the show? No.
Well, but we found out that is not true. Jax is not getting a show.
In general, I'm talking about in general.
I honestly just think Stassi doesn't deserve another chance. I don't believe this is the first time she's been racist towards a person of color. I don't think it's gonna be the last. And I think that it's great that we canceled her. Hopefully, this will be a learning moment for people that are coming up in reality TV to watch what they say, because they never know when it's going to come back to bite them. None of this money is promised. Just like how my dad said, don't count money in your don't count money in your hand that you don't have in your bank account. So you don't have that money. Y'all was banking on this money. Y'all don't have it.
All right, we're gonna wrap this up with Tatiana. Tatiana, real quick.
So real quick, just something that dawned on me. Like I said, like you said earlier, it was only a year and a half. And that year and a half, she had a baby. A baby takes up how much time? Where did she have time to actually learn her lesson? Aside from the fact that her money got pulled from her.
And the baby is happy. Let me stop.
Okay. Tatiana,
you know what?
Tatiana,
take another year.
I appreciate all of the points and also this conversation. We're going to, because we do it Monday through Friday, we're going to recap all of our next hot messy topics tomorrow, and I'm sure there will be a whole new slew. It's going to be a whole different conversation. But I do want to go around the room really quick because we do have something at 8:00. I want to start, and I'm going to start eliminating as we go. Tatiana, if we don't know, well, let us know. If you want us to know, where can we find you?
I'm just around. I don't have a YouTube or anything like that. I'm just here.
Do you want us to find you on social media or no?
Let me clean that up first.
Okay. All right, Tatiana.
Well, social media.
Hey, thank you though. Thank you so much for calling in. We appreciate you, and hopefully we see you tomorrow.
All right, have a good day.
All right, you too.
Bye, Tatiana.
All right, Jordan, we love you. Where can we find you?
Y'all know y'all can find me over at Porn with Jordan. That is a channel where I pour tea on a variety of subjects and shows and then sweeten it with my opinions, all while running the YouTube streets. I invite you guys to take the time, take a ride, and have a drink with me. I have my Real Housewives of Salt Lake City recap in the editor right now. So once we get off of here, I'll get back to editing that. Y'all know that I stop everything for y'all. So y'all can catch me there. I would say catch me on Twitter if you want to smoke, but you know.
All right, guys, make sure you go follow Porn with Jordan. Jordan's channel is growing. We're so proud of Jordan. Jordan, thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
Love you, Jordan.
Wow, look at the claps, too. Wow, everybody's so supportive of everybody in here. All right, Judgy Justice, please.
Hi, guys. I'm Judgy Justice. I have a YouTube channel here as well. I don't have a fancy spill like Jordan, but if you want to catch, I call it Judgy Justice's Courtroom. Still working on a couple of things. I have a couple articles up.
I like that.
I do too.
Yeah, it was, and when I get big like you guys, I'm gonna call on my jury. That's
Whoa!
All
right. I like a good play on words. I like a good play on words.
It's coming together. It's coming together. I said if Steve Harvey can get a courtroom, I can get a courtroom. But all in all, I'm right here on YouTube. Find me here. And I'm also here on Messy Topics as many times as I can during the week.
All right. Thank you, Judgy Justice. Guys, if you're not following Judgy Justice, go follow her courtroom, and go become her jury. Thank you, Justice. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
All right. You know, I love a good play on words. I said this I was on DJ Richie Sky's channel today. Every Monday we do a 2 p.m. Salt Lake. And he said the chatterization. And I was like, I love the chatterization. He's like, okay, that's what I call them. I was like, oh, shit. Sorry. I don't want to take anything away from anybody. So that's your chatterization. I will just, everyone actually sometimes too, when you start building a community, they start naming the people who follow and subscribe to you. They start naming themselves. Like I remember when I first started, some women who were coming on here and different guys and stuff, they were like, we're Adam's apples. I'm like, please don't do that. Don't do that.
No,
and they're
that
like,
quickly changed to Angels. I know who named Angels, by the way.
Then they said, we're going to change it to Adam's Angels. So then they're always like, hey, Angels, we're in here. And I'm like, yeah, it almost makes me feel like I should be Charlie, but okay. All right. With that, I want to go on to the next dip, virtual hug. Oh, that did not come out how I meant to say that. Janelle, where can we find you? Please save me.
Have you been working on that, Adam?
Yeah, watch.
No, we have not. It's banned from the house, just like singing. And what else did we ban from you doing here?
Jason bans like anything that I enjoy in life. Jason's like the crypt keeper.
Singing is that is not. I don't know what that is, but that is not enjoyable for anyone. It's not for our neighbors. It's not for me. Okay. Our dogs even don't like it.
No, sometimes I get in the bathroom and I start singing whatever, and it's when I'm doing one of my 3 baths for the day, and then Jason, it's like the landlord banging on my door trying to get me to pay rent. It's like bang, bang, bang. Shut the up. And I'm like, okay. And now Jason has learned how to invasively open the bathroom door because we're living in an apartment and this shit is junk. So Jason just slams open the door and like turns off my music, and he's like, no. I'm like, this is some control shit, and I'm calling my mom if you do not give me my phone back. I do it.
Give you your phone. I never take your phone.
You took my phone today. Yeah, I'll call mom. Yes, I will.
I used to just belt out Whitney Houston around the house. It's okay.
Yeah, but you have a good voice.
But Janelle, you can sing.
Yeah,
I can.
We've heard you.
I wasn't hitting all the notes, but I appreciate that. Thank you.
Okay.
I'm not. But yes. What? Oh, I did have one little question, but you don't got to answer it right now. But I did some IG snooping this weekend, and I have a feeling that the person who cussed you out at the bar at Sir or Tom was Leo, out of the Logan Leo duo, because I just don't see Logan doing that unless he was super drunk. I knew it.
I didn't say anything.
I don't care. You basically confirmed it. You basically confirmed it.
You know what? We should have. I know this is. I don't know if this is a story like you would want to do, but we should have like Monique on. Monique Loveless. She has a show, Black Girls Uncut. She has a podcast, and she was the one who actually Leo yelled at Tom.
Oh my gosh, I didn't know that. So because of that,
and that is Zach Peters' best friend, by the way.
Huh?
That's Zach Peters' best friend, Monique.
Oh, I have to call Zach after this. By the way, I can't talk about that, but we have a lot of interesting fun stuff coming. Janelle, I didn't confirm or deny anything. Where can we find you? Shady Boots.
Body language. Listen, I like astrology and I read body language, and like Boo Boo Kitty, I know, because I know you got fire sign rising. Okay. So I know I see these things. Okay. Anyway, you can find me at Janelle Sunshine, JeAnell. Sunshine, all one word, on all these social media streets. I'm mostly on IG and TikTok. You can find me on Twitter, but I'm mostly tweeting about either writing or SNL, because I just fell in love with Jason Sudeikis this past weekend. Listen, go and watch this episode. I fell in love. I was like, I've never been into middle-aged white men until Saturday. So, things have changed for Janelle. Like, I have really considered all my romantic choices. So if you want to go see the thirst traps that I was sending on Twitter, you find me at Janelle Sunshine, because I was a mess. Okay? And
you're going to walk past that church and get those eyes again.
Oh, my God. I'm telling you, the Jesus Christ on that wall was looking at me, and I was like, he knows. He knows.
Oh, my God.
I'm just telling you.
All right, guys, go follow Janelle at Janelle Sunshine. Janelle, I didn't mean to cut you off. We're saying one thing?
No, I was saying he knows.
No,
it's okay. Listen, my parents know too. I mean, they act like they don't know, but you know. Like we go around it. They know. That's why they never try to put me in no like purity pledge or anything. So they know.
Oh, okay. All right. If you guys want to find Janelle, you can find her on Twitter or passing the church wherever she lives, getting the eyes from the man himself.
Yes, and Janelle. Jason Sudeikis as a hot teacher. Oh, child, we can talk about that offline. Find me on Twitter. I'll talk.
Okay, now I'm gonna have to like watch
parent-teacher conference sketch. Let me tell you, it will get your whole entire life. I did not stop thinking about him at one moment on Sunday. Like I was in love.
Is that you or the wine?
What, me?
Yeah, there's no wine left.
The wine's not talking. It's gone.
It's me. It's just
okay.
It's just Janelle.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. I was like, is the wine getting you super excited? Like, because sometimes you have enough wine and you might see somebody who looks like, like the crypt keeper or something out of The Ring, and then all of a sudden you're walking down the street and it's Jason Sudeikis.
No, Black people always die first in the horror film. So if it's the crypt keeper, I'm running. No, we don't do that. I saw Halloween Kills. Nope, we run. Nope, goodbye.
All right, Janelle, thank you so much, guys. Make sure you go follow Janelle at Janelle Sunshine, and Janelle, hopefully we'll see you tomorrow.
Yes. Bye, y'all.
Bye. All right, Bad and Bougie. That was one hell of a night. We've made it to an hour and 45 minutes, and thank you for sticking around and also giving your unfiltered opinion. We always love that. Bad and Bougie, can you let us know where we can find you?
Yes, but can I say one thing first?
Yeah,
of course.
Okay. Candy, I would want to see with her own series. Porsha, I'm all for her helping her family get the bag. That's what it's all about.
Right.
You elevate yourself, then you elevate the people around you. So I'm all for, but I will say, if they don't come with that juice about her taking Fallon's man, then I don't want to hear it.
Oh, it's coming.
You're going to have to, I'm all for the little family love. That's cute. But we going to need you to show how you took this man and the fallout after you took the man. That's what I'm going to need to see off this show. We're not going to just go with the Mama Diana and the sister Lauren and whatever. That's cute. I want that on the side, but I want to know about you taking this man from this girl.
I need her to talk about the fact that our interview was coming out with Fallon and be like, what the hell is she doing? That way I could be like, oh my gosh, Porsha just talked about me. Like I was when Wendy Williams did.
Yeah, we want that too. That too. But anyway, I can be found Bad and Bougie. I'm getting ready to, as soon as we get done with this, I'm getting ready to do my Potomac review because there's a lot I have to say. Okay. But anyway, you can find me on Reality Check TV, Bad and Bougie KM, Twitter, Instagram. It's all Bad and Bougie KM. And I thank you guys for, I have so much fun on here with you guys. I can't even tell you.
Well, hey,
it's so fun.
Oh, thank you. Bad and Bougie. Jason and I cover Potomac usually on his channel. One day we're going to have to get you to join us.
Oh my God. I got it all when it comes to Potomac.
We'll talk about it.
Let's do next week.
And I just hope they fire Robyn because I just feel like, if Gizelle's going to get her own puppy Chihuahua on the show, then I feel they need to give all the housewives their own little personal Chihuahua because that's the only time Robyn says anything is when she's barking for Gizelle. So and Gizelle don't have no new man. I just want to say that. All this about she's dating someone and it's not nobody's business. That's a lie. Every season she pretends to have somebody. She never does. And I don't think it's because she's not beautiful. It's just because she's so ugly on the inside. I'm going to get really into that on my review of the show because it's getting to the point where it's ridiculous. And I want to say this, and I know this is probably going to spark, people uncomfortableness or whatever, but last season on the reunion, and I'm about to bring up colorism. Even Wendy had so much to say about Monique and her being so aggressive and how you shouldn't say aggressive. But Ashley has called Gordon and several other members throughout the season aggressive. So you were so against it at the last reunion, but yet now you're calling another woman on the cast, another Black woman aggressive. So it's so hypocritical to me, and I'm going to dig right on into it. I'm going to get raw and uncut with it because we gotta stop with the selective outrage. It's ridiculous. But anyway,
all right, okay, all right.
Bad and Bougie KM everywhere. Reality Check TV, Bad and Bougie KM. Thank you so much, you guys. I had a great time as usual. I had so much fun.
Thank you, Bad and Bougie. We'll be reaching out to you for next week.
All right, talk to you.
Get subscribed. Also launching his at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where he will be getting unfiltered with a comedian friend of his.
Oh, I got you back. I can hear you now, but I couldn't hear you before. I don't know if it's because it's like there's a storm here or what.
Yeah, there's a storm. So I was just telling everybody to find you on Down with Jason. Get subscribed. Jason's going live for Anchor Watch tomorrow, and he will be talking about these guys right here. So that's going to be a fun conversation. We're going to go watch that right now because we get the clip before it comes out.
8 p.m. show. Before. I'm so excited.
Yes.
Yeah, guys, like give it a chance. Like I used to work in a little bit in the yachting industry, and so are some of my friends, and I just kind of want to cover it because I love Below Deck. It has high ratings, and why? We get cast changes. We get different clients that come on these ships, different personalities, and I find it so fun. And I was disappointed with Below Deck Med this season and with Below Deck Sailing right before that. So I'm hoping this is going to be the savior of the franchise.
From your mouth to our ears, right?
Yup.
Okay. All right, guys, go follow Jason from Down with Jason. And then also, if you're not subscribed here, get subscribed. Tomorrow we'll be back for another Hot Messy Topics and also back for 90 Day Fiancé. We'll be talking about it. Guys, we'll see you so very soon. And thank you to all of our mods, super chat, super stickers, and amazing callers tonight. Kaya D, I saw that you were trying to call in and it wasn't pulling it up. You said you were in the weight room, but I didn't see you. So just please try again tomorrow. We encourage everybody to call in. Santivia, I saw you saying please rotate the callers. These were our callers, which we love. We appreciate everyone. If you want to call in, I will bring you up as well, and we will rotate through callers just like we did tonight. You guys are the best, and we will see you tomorrow. Don't forget to smash that like button. Bye, guys.
Bye.